I am not pregnant, not having a child. I am just throwing out some names that I think are fabulous from the show The Vampire Diaries. So I've been watching these name videos a lot lately and I kind of really like them. So I figured since I'm now doing YouTube and stuff like that, I would jump into the trend. And I, again, am not pregnant and am not planning any of these names specifically for my future children. But I do like them, and who knows, maybe I'll use them one time in the future. I have 7 boys' names and 8 girls' names inspired by Vampire Diaries characters, and I will be making one for the originals shortly, and then probably in the near future when we have a little bit more of characters from the legacies, then I will make a legacies one. But so far today we're gonna start with the boys. So the first name for the boys I have is Damon, and it means gentle, which I think is very ironic to the character. And I think it's quite beautiful of a name. It can go with a lot of last names, even gone. And I think it is fun. It's kind of unique. You don't really meet a lot of Damons. So moving on to the next name, we have Alaric, which normally I don't like the nickname Rick, but for some reason when it's paired with Alaric, I like the way that it goes. I like the way that it flows and everything, and the name Alaric means noble leader. So I think that's just really awesome. A great male name, very masculine, and to be noble is a really good goal for someone to be, you know. Matt, not really my fancy, way too popular. But Donovan. Donovan as a first name I think would be super cool. And the name is actually, or the meaning is actually super mysterious. It means dark princeling. How cool is that? Moving on to my least favorite character, Kai. Malachi is a super awesome biblical name. It's really fantastic. It means my messenger. And then his nickname that he goes by, it actually has this really long explanation. Look it up on Google. You have to like Google 1,000 other things. But it's Frisian, if I'm saying that right, which is Netherlands, Germany area, and it means warrior. Or in Japanese, the word means ocean, shell, restoration, recovery. So kind of a nautical name, very uplifting and awesome name, which is interesting because Kai is the worst in the world. Least favorite villain of the entire thing because I can't stand him. Moving on. So to Lorenzo. Slash Enzo. But I like both either one of these for a actual name, whether you go with his full name Lorenzo or Enzo, his nickname. I think it's quite beautiful. It's Italian of origins, and Lorenzo means from the place of laurel trees, and then Enzo is the form of Henry and means rules of home. So again, very masculine, very kind of naturey with the laurel tree definition kind of thing. So I think it's a super cool name. Got the Z going on there, which sounds awesome, and not popular at all. So go for that one if you are looking for a unique name. And then I have Liam, which is a popular name. It's actually my best friend's like favorite name for her future children. Again, Liam means helmet of will or guardian, and I just think both of those are really cool definitions. It can be short for William, so but I don't, anytime I hear like short for William, it's Will, or even like I know someone that goes by Bill and their name is William. So I like the name Liam on its own. I think it's a little too popular for me to ever use, but it is a really nice, gentle name. Short, so it's easy to call your child and everything like that. And our last boy's name is Grayson Gilbert himself. Grayson is just a super cool name. Any name with like a color mixed in like that, or even just gray in general, is kind of cool. And now, like, the definition's a little weird, or not definition. The meaning is a little weird because it's son of gray-haired one. But on its own, it is a beautiful name. It's representative of a color, and I just think that's cool. It's very modern. I've noticed that a lot of people are going for Grayson, names like that. So that is our boys list. Moving on to the girls. First of all, our doppelgangers. I love all the doppelgangers' names, and not specifically Catherine. I like her Katharina version of her name. So we're going to start with our first doppelganger, and that's Amara. Amara means beloved or eternal, which is interesting because Amara was quite eternal for a while. And then our next doppelganger is Tatia, which is short for Tatiana. So honestly, either one of those names is quite beautiful. There's not really a meaning for the name Tatia. It just says, oh, it's short for Tatiana. So the meaning of the name would be the meaning of Tatiana, which is Russian for fairy or queen. Or if you go back to Greek, it says a person who takes care of the home, which I think is really nice because, not to say it in like an anti-feminist way, I feel like a lot of people could look at it that way, but if you're taking care of your home, you're taking care of yourself. And whether you're male or female, taking care of your home is very important, and taking care of yourself is very important. So you don't have to look at that in a way of like, oh, that's making her be a housewife. It's like, no. Tatia is a beautiful name. It's got a beautiful accent kind of thing on it. Or Tatiana is, like, any way you say that is beautiful. And especially someone with an accent, like Klaus or Elijah, like, would sound beautiful. So, again, Tatia, beautiful. Our next doppelganger is Katharina, and that means pure, which, again, evil, pure, not quite there. But the name in general is priceless. It is so amazing and beautiful, and I love it. I think it's gorgeous. I think it can flow with almost anything, and I think that one's a name that's easy to pair like a middle name with, especially like a short middle name, like maybe Katharina Rose. And then our final doppelganger, Elena. And Elena means shining light. I think it's a very unique name, and again, you have that A ending for all of them, and it's quite beautiful, and I just like them. I think they're beautiful. Another one with an A ending is Nadia. We're going back to Katharina's daughter. In case you don't remember, she wasn't in the series for very long. I love the name Nadia. I think it's quite beautiful. I think it's just easy to pair with our last name, middle names, anything like that. And I think I'm just a fan of those A endings. Maybe Victoria, goes A. So my next name is actually one of the actresses' names. Caroline is one of my favorite characters. She is fantastic, but I prefer her actual name over her character name, and that is Candice. And Candice means pure or innocent, and I think that's so beautiful. And for a little girl, like maybe even call her Candy for short. I don't know if you're into that, but Candice I just think is a nice raw name. It's very different, and I love and if your daughter's gonna look anything like Candice Akala King, like, fantastic. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and she's got such a power to her that that character is something that you would definitely want to name someone after. You know what I mean? Got a couple more names for you. So Josette. Josette I think is beautiful. I like the nickname Jo for a female. I just think it's like different, it's interesting, and Josette is just a beautiful character, a fantastic person. The name is the feminine of Joseph, so it has the same definition as Joseph, which is God will increase. So I think it's cool. It's so different. There's so many Josephs out there, but Josette is such a different, out of the ordinary name, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. And then our last name for you is one of our heretics, Nora. Nora is probably one of my favorite heretics. I don't like her at first. She's a little too sassy, but eventually you just see and you love her, and you love her character and her spunk and how she sticks up for what she believes in and goes for gold. And her name means honor. And I think that that's really beautiful. Actually, the name Honor in general would be cool, like in Gilmore Girls. But the name Nora is short, simple, and again, most of these end with A's, realizing that while I'm making this. but I think that it's a beautiful, simple name, that especially for a little girl, little Nora, and then for a woman who is strong and powerful and invested in her own life. And that's all the names I have for you today. Subscribe below for more fun videos. I'll be doing more name videos in the future because I like it and I think it's fun. And I already have an original ones in the works. And then I'm going to be doing a Disney collection one because I'm obsessed with Disney. So I will definitely be making a name Disney inspired name video coming shortly enough. So don't forget to subscribe below and like this video if you liked any of the names or if you just like the Vampire Diaries in general. And I will see you guys soon enough.
Down in a hole, baby, you're locking me up, you're locking me up. I got bound by a cold lady.